How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your weekend forecast and let you know basically what's going on in the universe just for this weekend. Sun just hit 0 degrees Aquarius. That's great news. With the sun being in Capricorn since December 23rd, it's been really brutal, really intense, really rigid. Everyone's just been kind of like really hardcore. Capricorn is a very cold sign. It's a very it's the CEO of the zodiac. It's like, how are we going to make money? What do we got to do next? What do we got to fix? What do we got to build? And with Pluto right there, when Pluto's conjuncting the sun, it's putting this essence on people of that doesn't sound right thing, you're kind of changing and I'm changing and this isn't really working out. And it's the same thing when you look at yourself, with the sun going through Capricorn, conjuncting Pluto and all that stuff. It was definitely, really rigid. People have been beating themselves up and taking it way too hard. And now that the sun's going into Aquarius, this is great. You're going to start to be able to see things in a completely different perspective. You're going to be able to start to see things in a more fruitful, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, a more positive for sure, and definitely a lot more goal oriented, a lot more focused. Even though we just had the sun in Capricorn, with all of this stuff in Pisces, it's been really hard to focus. But now that the sun's going into Aquarius, it's kind of like Pisces. I mean, it's water, it's total emotion, it's intuition, it's fantasy, dreams, and all that stuff. And with the sun in Aquarius being a different perspective, being a third party opinion, it's out there, it's creative, it's definitely a leader, and bringing the sun into that essence is definitely going to help a lot with this Pisces energy, in my opinion. However, it's going to be squaring the moon on Friday and Saturday, and it's going to be squaring Jupiter on Friday and Saturday. So, transitioning from the sun going to Capricorn and Aquarius, it's honestly just going to be like it's been. It's going to be a little bit rough, a little bit intense, especially with the moon going into Scorpio, which is honestly the biggest deal. With the moon going into Scorpio, basically, it is bringing out the rawest and the most intense emotions behind the things that are going on in Pisces because they're trining. So tomorrow, Friday, it will be trining Neptune and it will be trining Venus. So, and it'll be actually exactly trining Neptune tomorrow. So it'll be creating. You'll be putting a lot of intense raw emotions into a couple aspects of your life, such as the dream that you want to live, the fantasy that you can be living in, the things that you really want to go out and create. However, what you have to be able to have a distinction with is what is just a fantasy and what is actually reality. What can you actually go and do? What can you actually go and create, rather than just being, I'm gonna go do this and that, and it's never gonna happen. It's completely what are you doing? Quit living in a dream, get in real life. And it can be bringing up a lot of raw and intense emotions behind it. How bad do you want it? Do you really think you can create it? What are you limiting about yourself that you aren't able to go get what you want? And this is also going on in Venus. So all of your relationships, all the things that you like, it's just kind of bringing up these things inside you. It's this emotional purging of what's right for me? What does my intuition say? What does, my feelings say? What am I really envisioning inside my head? And why am I not able to get it out into the universe? Why am I not being able to manifest it in my immediate reality? And going through this emotional purging with the Scorpio moon for the next couple days, it's going to be, it can be intense. A lot of buttons are vulnerable. When someone's pushing your buttons, don't be surprised if some people push your buttons this weekend, but don't let it get to you. It's totally okay. We got a lot of good stuff coming up in this next week. Next weekend is going to be awesome. So, just hold on tight. And then on Sunday, that's when the sun will stop squaring the moon and Jupiter. That is when it will start sextiling the sun. The sun will start sextiling the moon. Awesome. Now your emotion's gonna be all right. I'm starting to get it now. I'm starting to see where I want to go. I'm starting to believe in myself a little bit more. I'm starting to see the future a little bit clearer and a little bit more distinctive. And I'm starting to analyze it in a better way and get the information and the data I need to in order to actually go out and create it. And it will be trining Mars. You'll actually have for once we'll have the energy to go out and do it, and things will be happening left and right. And it's gonna be Yeah, like this is nice. This hasn't happened in a while. And I mean that's just great news. Um, I'm really excited for Sunday. And that's basically what's going to be going on this weekend. So all in all, don't let your emotions take the best of you. Use your emotions in a more positive, clear direction. You know, like what do you want to create? What's stopping you from getting that, and why? Like what is so illusionary for you? Because with Neptune, Venus, Chiron, Mars, all in Pisces, it's like all these subjects that you need to deal with can just be like an illusion. Like you're just kind of like, I don't even want to say illusion. Like just it doesn't make sense. Like I'm just like there's something I'm not acknowledging. It's like a repressed part of yourself, or a repressed energy that you're dealing with, or a repressed, you know, even a fact that you get, like an idea that you have that you don't even want to do because of, you know, whatever reason. However, bringing that emotional energy into it can definitely bring a lot of things to light. You know, Scorpio is the phoenix rising. It's going to bring things to the from the darkest corner into the light. So some things might come up for you. Let them come up. It's all part of your growth. It's all a part of making 2017 the best year for you. And just you got to ride with it. And then by Sunday, things will make a lot more sense. Things will be like, oh my God, okay. It's still gonna be crazy. We're still gonna have all this energy in Pisces, but but your emotional beingness will definitely have a shift. It will definitely be a lot more clear. So have a great weekend, guys. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of inspiration, lots of intuition and creativity, and of course, I'm always sending you guys a bunch of white light. So thank you guys so much for liking and following me on Facebook, and have a great weekend.